Muyongi, instructor, Tibs College Driving School. Now, driving is an act of moving a vehicle from one point to another. That is what is driving. Driving is an act of moving a vehicle from one point to another. That act you do to that machine called the car so that it can move from one point to another is what we call driving. And in this case, driving composed of 4 issues. First, we have what we call model board. We have what we call road sign. We have what we call horror question, and then we have practicals. And when we are talking about model board, this is the thing we are talking about. For now, this is not a table, it is a model board. And a model board, it is how modern loans are in a modern town. How modern loans are in a modern town. That is what we call model board. Otherwise, as you have already seen, that driving is an act of moving a vehicle from one point to another. Then, when you are doing that, there is a rule you are supposed to follow. Yeah, there is rule which govern traffic. So before we start operating that machine so that it can move from one point to another, we are supposed to know the rules which govern traffic. And that is where we are going to start with model board. So before we go there and start operating that machine, first of all, we are supposed to know the rules which govern traffic. And that is where we are starting with model board. And then from there, we have what we call road sign. If you check at the back there, you can see those 2 charts. They are composed of road sign. Otherwise, when we are driving, we drive our cars according to the situation or condition of the road. And then we are going to know the situation or condition of the road through those road signs. Otherwise, road signs are the one which will be advising you how the situation or condition of the road is. That is another area we are going to be looking. Then we have what we call horror question. Horror question, it is there are some areas where you are not supposed to park your car. There are some areas where you are not supposed to stop your car. Those areas, we are going to get to see them through what we call horror question. Again, there are some vehicles which has a right of way on the road. There is those emergency vehicles. So all those we are going to know them through horror question. Then from there, we have what we call practicals. Practicals, now it is that act of moving a vehicle from one point to another. So driving composed of the 4. And now I want us to start with model board. As we have already seen, the model board, it is how modern loans are in a modern town. Now, this model board, it has features. And in this case, I think you have been using loans since then, and you have come across some features. We have some features on the road. First, we have what we call road markings. When you check here, you can see these arrows, you can see these numbers, you can see these lines. In one name, we can call them road markings. Road markings. And in this case, what I can tell you now is that there is no road markings which is there for decoration. There is no road markings which is there for granted. It has a meaning, it has a purpose. And that meaning, that purpose, it is for you as a driver. So before you go there, and then you start using road, you are supposed to know the meaning of those markings on the road. So then we have what we call pedestrian crossing. That is another feature on a model board. That is another feature we've been getting on the road. That is pedestrian crossing. That is where the road is meant for pedestrian to cross from one side of the road to the other side. That is where we call zebra crossing or pedestrian crossing. Then we have entry and exit. When as a driver you want to go back to where you are coming from, you are supposed to use 2 methods. You either use U-turn or you use 3-point turn. But on the road, we mostly use a U-turn. And we have 2 areas where you are supposed to make U-turn. That is on entry and exit and on a roundabout. Otherwise, there is no other place or other area where you can make U-turn apart from roundabout and entry and exit. Then we have what we call 1/2-way traffic. Those are the two types of road we have in Kenya. That is one way and a two-way. And in this case, when we are talking about one way, it is where traffic moves at the same direction. That is one way. Then two-way, it is where traffic moves at different direction. For example, superhighway is in the class of one way. Then when we are talking about the two-way, it is, for example, Garissa Road. That is a two-way where traffic moves at different direction. Then from there, we have what we call parking zone. As a good driver, when you want to park your car, you are not supposed to park your car anywhere. As the word goes, there is specific areas where it is meant, or rather where it is designed for parking. And those areas are where we call parking zone. That is another feature on a model outboard, or rather a feature on the road. Then we have what we call from major, which has 4 lanes, to minor, which are 3 lanes. You are supposed to subtract 1 lane. Then these lanes, they have their option. So for example, when you take lane number 1, major, you have 2 sides to drive to. You either drive straight or you drive left. So by taking lane number 1 major, you have just these 2 options. Otherwise, if you plan to turn other side apart from straight or left, you will be breaking the rule of road. Then when you take lane number 2, you will have just 1 side to drive to, and that is straight. When you take lane number 3, you will have 2 sides to drive to. That is, you either drive straight or you drive right. When you take lane number 4, that is major, you will have 4 directions to drive to. 1, you drive right, making 90 degrees on roundabout, or you make U-turn, making 190 degrees on a roundabout, or you drive left, making 270 degrees, or you drive straight, making 360 degrees. And in this case, when you are driving straight, you are not supposed to, unless if there is any question, I'm through with the introduction in the part of theory. Yes, you have a question, Mr. David? Yes.
You say in the two-way traffic,
yes,
you cannot change the direction.
Very good.
So I wanted to know where we are allowed to change the direction.
Come again?
In the two-way traffic,
Yes.
you can change the direction.
Yes.
That means you can go the opposite side of the street.
No. Mr. David, it is quite a good question. And in this case, differentiate between making U-turn and changing of direction. And this is all I mean. This is a two-way. This is change of direction. Can you get me? This is a two-way. This is change of direction. This is U-turn. Are we together? And there is a reason of not changing lane on a two-way traffic. What is the reason of not changing lane on a two-way traffic, Duncan? Exactly. The vehicle are moving at a different direction, and by changing lane, it means you move from your lane, you go to the other lane, and that lane you are moving to, there is oncoming traffic. Another question, Sharon.
The question comes, in a two-way traffic, does it fall under major roads or minor roads? And the reason as to why I'm asking is,
Yes.
you see in small towns, they do have big roads that have...
Yes.
So, the reason as to why I'm asking is, so if I'm using lane 1...
On a two-way traffic or
in a two-way traffic.
yes.
When I use...
On a two-way traffic, there is no lane number 1 or lane number 2.
Yeah.
There is just two lanes, one moving opposite to the other one. That is why we say that vehicles are moving at opposite direction. Yeah.
So it doesn't fall under either major or minor?
It does it for that. We get major or minor only on one way. Yeah.
So the rule of lane 1 is straight and left, because it only has one lane. It still falls on a two-way traffic.
No, it does not fall on one way because major, one way, it has more than 2 lanes. On a two-way traffic, it has just two lanes, moving at a different direction. Is your question answered? Shalom. It seems you are not comfortable. You are not fully comfortable according to your physical appearance. Eh? Oh, it is answered. Eh? Another question? Another question? Okay, if there is no other question, I think we are going back there. We are going for road sign. If there is no question on the driver, you are supposed to observe road sign. Anytime you come across a road sign, what I can urge you, please don't ignore any road sign, because that road sign is the one which will explain you, or rather, which will guide you how to drive on that situation of the road. Otherwise, we drive our cars according to the situation or condition of the road. Then that situation or condition of the road, we are going to know it through this road sign. So, as a good driver, when you come across a road sign, please do not ignore that road sign. And now here, I want us to go through them individually. So we are going to start with Jerimo, starting with you here.
Left turn ahead.
Come again.
Left turn ahead.
Bend left. Jerimo, you are supposed to name the road sign the way it is written there. And in this case, before I continue, these road signs are in 4 categories. They are in 4 categories. We have what we call warning road sign. We have what we call compulsory stroke mandatory. We have what we call prohibitory. Then we have what we call inflammatory from the other chart. And that inflammatory, it is from the one information. So to know this road sign, the shape of road sign will help you a lot. To know the road sign is in which category, the shape of road sign will help you a lot. And in this case, when you come across a road sign with a triangle shape, that road sign is in the category of a warning road sign. So anytime you come across a road sign with a triangle shape, that road sign is in the category warning road sign. Then, when you come across a road sign with a circle shape with improved hill sign, that road sign is in the category of compulsory stroke mandatory. Then, when you come across a road sign with a circle shape with black hill sign, that road sign in the class of prohibitory from the one prohibit. Then, when you come across a road sign with triangle shape, not triangle, rectangle shape, it is in the category of inflammatory from the one information. So the shape of any road sign matters a lot as the category are concerned. So anytime you come across those shape will tell you that road sign is in which category. Then when we come across a warning road sign, they are of 3 categories again. We have what we call permanent road sign, we have what we call semi-permanent road sign, and then we have what we call portable road sign. So in this case, what I mean by permanent, it is that road sign which is there throughout. There's 2 game reserve, national park. So it means there is no that area, there is no that forest to be away there. There is no way you are not going to get that national park there. So it is there permanently. But when you come across such a road sign, this road sign says what? What is the name of this road sign, Jeremy? Roof surface, or rather roof shaping. So this is a semi-permanent road sign. Why? Because after this activity is over, because it is not there throughout, this activity will not take place there throughout. It is for some few days, it is for some few months, but at the end of the day, the activity which is taking place will be over, and they are going to remove this road sign. So that is why we put them in the class of semi-permanent. Together with this one, this is James Kamau. Very good, load works ahead. So after this activity, the men are doing there on the road. After it is over, they are going to remove that road sign. So it is not there throughout. It is not there permanently. It is there for some time. After the activity is over, they are going to remove that road sign. So that is where I am saying there are some road signs which are permanent, others are impermanent. Then we have other road signs like right saber. We have what we call road can. Those road signs, they are there for some few hours. So after the activity which is taking place there is over, they are going to remove that road sign and go away with it. What is a life saver? What is a life saver? Jane, what is a life saver? Come again. Yeah, quite a good trail. A life saver, it is that road sign. As a driver, you are supposed to possess when driving. In case your car get breakdown, you are supposed to alert other road users that your car has a problem. And you are supposed to hand other road users using that life saver. And in this case, we put life saver 50 meters ahead and 50 meters at the back when we are dealing with two-way traffic. But when we are dealing with one way, you are supposed to put it at the back because there is no oncoming traffic. So that is one example of portable road sign. Then, examiner will need to know there are some road signs which are more than one name. So you are supposed to know the two names of such a road sign. Then it is not enough. It is not enough to know the name of road sign. You are supposed to know where you can get that road sign. If that road sign has more than two names, you are supposed to know the two names of such a road sign. Then some road sign, again, there are specific areas where you can get them. For example, this one. This is wild animal crossing, and you know where it is crossing. It is not crossing the barrier. It is not crossing the river. It is crossing what? Yes, exactly. It is crossing road, because all these road signs, they are meant for you as a driver. Yeah? And in any case, if this animal is not interfering with the traffic, there is no need of putting that road sign there. That is why from the beginning I said, when you come across any road sign, don't ignore it. It has a message to you as a driver. Okay, let's start with Jerimo. Very good. Bend left hand. Slippery what? Floor. Yeah? When we are saying slippery, say slippery road hand. To say slippery, maybe we can assume even it is this floor which is slippery. Mr. Duncan. Wild animal crossing. Where can you get such a road sign? Jane. Places where you can get such a road sign. One, National Park, Game Reserve. Ingine, the last one. Forest, animal orphanage, and the rest. Mary? Come again.
Junction ahead, stop or
Eh? Yeah, I can see you are new. Huh? The Ancient Jews. Let's go to Charles. Give way. Duncan. Come again. Only pass left. Duncan. Come again, Jeremy. This one. This is end of compulsory minimum speed. End of compulsory minimum speed. No entry for animal cart. Can you give us 3 examples of animal which drive cart, or rather which drawn the cart? Donkeys, another one. Farming? It is ox. This one? Come again. Not two-way traffic. Two-way traffic is here. This is a priority to oncoming traffic. Mary, I want you to name from here to here. Road narrows from the left side. Road narrows from the left side. Or, this is a road sign which has more than one name. Roof surface or roof chippings. Roof surface or roof chippings. Or compulsory? It is in the class of compulsory. Can you say a complete answer, Mary?
Compulsory direction to be followed.
Exactly.
Compulsory cyclist no way. No entry for animal driven for
Really animal, Mary.
no entry for handcars driven.
No entry for hand-driven cart. No entry for hand-driven cart. Mary, can you give us 3 examples of hand-driven carts? Trolleys, good. Mkokoteni, good. Another one, the last one?
Wheelbarrow.
Very good.
No entry for vehicles exceeding that weight.
Which is that weight?
5 tons.
5 ton. Which vehicle carry 5 ton? You are supposed to know your car carries how many ton. So which vehicle carry 5 ton? Very good. Starting with Canter.
No overtaking of 4-wheeled vehicles.
Good.
Any of all prohibitions.
Very good. End of all prohibition. So when you come across this road sign, it means there is no other road sign you will come across. Very good. Mary, out of 10 you have get. Yes? Chows. Lead it to the right. Not river back and it is river back or danger of foreign materials. Even trees are falling. Or what are you telling us, Mr. Charles? Very good. It is danger of foreign or foreign logs, not materials. Yeah. It is traffic right ahead. Or another name for this road sign? Charles? Very good. Traffic signal, or rather traffic sequence. Now, when you come across such a road sign, you are supposed to know how this car operates. Now, Charles, when you land car appear on a traffic light, it tells you to do what? What about orange or rubber? Then green? Move if the road is clear. Move if the road is clear. Now, how are you going to operate your car as far as these cars appear on a traffic light? Now, when land car appear on a traffic light, Charles, you are telling us it says you stop. And that's how it says. Now, how are you going to stop your car? And in this case, we are dealing with the manual vehicle. How are you going to stop your car? Very good. You press clutch inside completely, then you press brake a bit. And by doing so, your car will stop. Then from there, what are you supposed? Still on the observing the red car on a traffic light? Yes. After you have done that, that is you press your clutch inside completely and then you press brake and bit. Your car will stop. Then from there, what are you supposed to do? Really, you engage your first gear, Mr. Charles. Come again. Which comes first? Yeah, you are supposed to follow the Honda. After you stop, do you press your handbrake up or first of all you put your car in a neutral position? Which comes first? Exactly. You are supposed to follow that Honda. After you stop, you are supposed to put your vehicle in a neutral position. Then from there, you press your handbrake. By doing so, now you can release the two pedals, that is brake and crash. Then, what are you? An even road surface and good. Pedestrian crossing. Danger. Or what are you saying? Low aircraft flying ahead. Now, Mr. Duncan, how does this road sign relate with you as a driver? And as the picture is concerned, we can see this is an aeroplane. And you know, aeroplane fly over, whereas you as a driver, you drive on the ground. Now, how does it relate with you as a driver? And in this case, this road sign is not meant for pilot. It is meant for you as a driver. Now, can you tell us how does this road sign relate with you as a driver? Speak up. And remember, this machine, it is not running on the road. There is specific areas, or rather, there is specific areas where these machines are supposed to run. There is nowhere you are going to interfere with this machine on the road. That is the case, Mr. Duncan. Who has an idea? Yes, Dennis?
Psychologically preparing for that sound.
Very good. The reason for this one is that when that aeroplane is landing, it produces that scaring sound. When it is flying, again, it produces that scaring sound or scaring noise. So that is why you are being alert by this road sign so that you can prepare yourself psychologically as a driver. Otherwise, without this one, maybe there is an aeroplane landing and it produces that scaring sound. Then you shake and then you release your steering and you know what will happen. Yeah, unajua vile itahappen ukiachilia steering, you may cause accident. So you are supposed to prepare yourself psychologically in case of such a sound. This one, Duncan, very good. Loud about this one. Commercial what? Where can you get such a road sign? Where can you get such a road sign, Mr. Duncan? And it is not everywhere. There are specific areas where you can get such. Very good. In town? The other one? Yes? Where are we? Jeremy. Come again. Steep descent ahead. Now, Mr. Jeremy, assume you are using a manual vehicle like the one we are using now. When you come across such a road sign, you intend, or rather, which gear are you supposed to engage your car, low or high? Which gear are you supposed to engage to your car, low or high? Are you getting me? And get allowed to speak, eh? Jeremy, I'm asking you, when you come across such a road sign, you are dealing with manual vehicle. Which gear are you supposed to engage your car so that you can cope with the situation of the road? Are you supposed to engage wrong gear or high gear? Exactly, wrong gear. And you know the reason. We continue. Severe bumper hand. Should be crossing. When you come across such a road sign, we expect what around? I'm asking you, you can see it is children. My question is, when you come across such a road sign, you expect what around? A zebra crossing again. Is there any zebra crossing which is meant just for children? Jeremy? Yeah? Exactly. Jeremy. Yeah. There is no zebra crossing which is meant for children only. It is meant for all pedestrians. It doesn't matter if they are children or... Yeah? We continue. Two-way traffic. Yes? Okay, railway crossing with barrier. There is another road sign here which relates with this one. This is what? Very good. This one is railway crossing with barrier, with barrier. This one, it is railway crossing without barrier. Now, Mr. Jeremy, can you give us the difference between the two? Because as the one it goes, they are somehow relating to each other. Can you tell us the difference between railway crossing with the barrier and a railway crossing without barrier? Come again. No. Now, the difference between a railway crossing with the barrier is that when, and in this case, all these trains, they are interfering with the road. They are crossing the road. That is why you can see this road sign is for you as a driver. Now, when you come across a road sign which says railway crossing with the barrier, it means when that train is passing there, there is a bar which broke the traffic from both sides. The vehicle coming from this side, they are being blocked there. There is a bar which broke that side. Then the other side, there is another bar which broke the vehicle coming from the other side. So that when that train passes, that is the time they are going to open that bar so that the traffic can start flowing or rather moving. That is a railway crossing with barrier. Then, in the case of a railway crossing without barrier, it is where train passes the road without a... Start again, Stephen. Very good. By demonstrating that, it means Stephen has used the first rule of our model turnboard, which says use the shortest and most correct route without using parking. We have broke that route. Can you look for another alternative route? Pamela. Stephen, Pamela. Pamela, before you start your journey, make sure you know the route to your destination. Pamela, you don't know where you are heading to. And that is why I'm urging you, before you start your journey, please make sure you know where you are heading to avoid such inconveniences. Because if at all you start your journey without knowing where you are heading to, you are going to make inconveniences on the road. And bear in mind that you are not only the one on the road, there are other road users. Are you together? Yes. You are who? Brian, can you try that? Very good, very good, exactly. Pamela, have you seen that? Yes, I know you are green still, but you will catch up, eh? Yeah. Jarimo, another one. This curl in front of this one. Very good, very good. Now we have broke that route, and Dennis, can you drive this car in front of this one? Dennis, are you not repeating yourself? Just continue. But for me, where you are now, I can see you are repeating yourself. Yeah? And that is where I always urge you to do this. Check here, Dennis. Can you start afresh? Can you start afresh? And please, before you start your journey, make sure you know the route to your destination to avoid that inconveniences. Bearing in mind that you are not the only one on the road. There are other road users, and by doing that, you are interfering with them. Exactly, exactly. Yeah? Very simple. Another one, the last option, RX. Not the last option, but the last rule. The last rule. We have already demonstrated this one. Now we are here. Very good, very good. Can you drive this car in front of this one? David, can you drive this car in front of this one? This car in front of this one. Yes. Come again?
We are requesting if we can leave, please.
You can leave, eh? Yeah, you can. You can. Na fadhi umefanya practical. Eh? Eh. Kai, amwezi mkaenda bila kufanya hiyo. Afadhali hata mtoke na mwalimu. Ufanye practical, si ndio? Na mtu anaenda exam, nilikuwa naomba wafanyiwe practical please. Please wasimizi practical leo. Yeah, afadhali hata mngeniambia mapema, si ndio? So wasoti wafanye practical please. Na hiyo gari dogo. Yeah.
waongezee wengine wawili.
Waongezee wengine wawili. Halafu mwambie harakishe. Can you start again? David, please, can you start again? Dennis, tomorrow at 8, exactly at 8. Yeah, we will be very busy. We are going to do what we call assessment. And just drive the way you have driven, Mr. David. This is a repetition of what you have already done. Stop where you are. Stop where you are. David, you are supposed to observe this rule, which says what?
The shortest.
Can you name the full?
Use the shortest and most correct route without using parking.
By driving this side again, you are not observing this rule. So, yes, I don't want you to start again when you are here. No. Brian, can you help David? Very simple, David. Very, very simple. Huh? By moving this side again, it means you have driven from where you are coming from, you reach it to your gate, and then you proceed. Yeah? So that is the shortest. Now you have crossed that route. James, come out. Can you drive this car in front of this one? And we have blocked that entry. No way, Mr. Kamau. No way, Mr. Kamau. There is no way you can change this lane to this side and then the other side. And know that you are not the only one on the road. The other road users. And when you drive that zigzag on the road, it means you are interfering with other road users. Yeah? Mr. Kamau, can you observe the rule of a continuous line? Can you observe the rule of broken line, Mr. Kamau? Yes? There is no you can change lane while you are on a continuous line. Yes? Yes. Very good, very good. Peter. Peter, haina India. Peter, no way, Peter. No way you can move from this lane to this lane and then you enter parking. We send you enter parking with only lane number 1, direct. Peter. Stop where you are, Peter. Stop where you are. That is lane number? Minor? That is lane number? Which has how many options? When you take lane number 2, Peter, you are not supposed to turn either of the side. You are supposed to drive straight. And then, when you enter with lane number 2, it mean you stick to that lane number 2 up to the end. When you come across a broken line, you can do what? Exactly. Here it is. So it doesn't mean when you take lane number 2, you stick to that lane number 2 up to the end. No. When you come across unbroken, you can do the 3. Peter, can you start? Stop where you are, Peter. Stop where you are. Your origin was lane number. Then currently we are lane number. From minor, lane number 2, roundabout, you have taken lane number? Why? When you are driving from minor to main, Jadiri, do we change lane? When do we change lane, Alex? When do we change lane? When we are driving from where to where? Again on a highway. Don't we say anything about changing lane on a highway, Mr. Alex? When do we change lane, Mr. Stephen? When we are driving from which type of road to which? Exactly. We change lane when we are driving from major to minor. And why do we change lane? Exactly, because major has 4 lanes, minor has 3 lanes. So that those lanes can match, you are supposed to minus or rather subtract 1 lane when you are driving from major to minor. Alex, are we together? Yes. So, Peter, when you are driving from minor to major, no changing of lane. Can you drive this car in front of this one, please? Stop where you are, Pamela. Your origin was lane number? Your origin.
Kwa majina naitwa Mpe Kalama Zarani, mimi ni instructor wa Tibs Driving School. Kwa leo tunaanza introduction, tunafanya basic mechanical. Sawa. Kwa hivyo gari yako ikilala asubuhi ukitoka kudrive ilale mpaka asubuhi, hiyo gari mwanzo kitu ya kwanza unazunguka miguu, uangalie tairi zako kama ziko sawa. Kama imelala ujue kama iko na pancha. Kama chini kuna pengine kuna matone ya oil uangalie. Then kuna insurance lazima ujue. Kawaida asubuhi angalia insurance yako, je iko valid ama iko namna gani. So unachukua gari asubuhi insurance imeexpire uende nayo utashikwa na karao. Sawa. Kwa hivyo insurance ziko mara mbili. Insurance ziko, kuna comprehensive na party. Third party inasimamia passenger na gari, lakini comprehensive inasimamia gari na passengers, na pengine gari pengine iingie kwa maji ama ishishikwe moto ama ibwe. Comprehensive inasimamia. Kwa hivyo insurance unaangalia hapa, unakuja unaangalia hapa expiring date hapa, sawa. Kama ime expire hiyo gari usiende nayo, tuko pamoja. Alafu unaangalia kama gari yako iko na dent, usije ukachukua gari pengine iko na dent, alafu pengine jana ilikuwa na mtu mwingine, gari hiyo wewe uichukue iko na dent, na ukimwambia kwa hii dent namna gani ataruka, sababu hukumwambia wakati unaichukua. Tuko pamoja, sawa sawa. Then tunafungua hii bonnet, kila mmoja lazima ajue kufungua bonnet. Kwa hivyo kuna mahali hapo unakuja hapa mbele, hapa ndani, kuja hapa bonnet unafungua na hapa, hii ndio bonnet, sawa. Hii ndio bonnet. Kwa hivyo ukivuta hapa inafunguka huko mbele. Kwa hivyo unakuja huku mbele, twende huko mbele, unakuja hapa, vuta juu, kuna lock yake hapa, hii unaona, hii ndio ne, sawa. Then unachukua unaweka hapa. Tunafanya basic. Kwa hivyo gari yako imelala asubuhi, lazima kabla hiyo gari uingurumishe, unapima oil, na tunapima oil na oil dipstick. Oil dipstick hii inaitwa oil dipstick. Oil dipstick ama ragi yoyote unapangusa hivyo, sawa. Oil yako inatakana ihanga katikati ya hapa, hii tundu na hii tundu, hii isiwe chini ya hiyo. Oil yako ihangi katikati ya hii na hapa, isiwe chini ya. Ikiwa chini ya hapo ndo naona hiyo gari inanok, sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo unapima, then unatoa, unaangalia, unaona oil yetu pale imefika, iko hapa. Sababu oil kwa engine pale kuna piston. Zile piston, gari kama inanguruma, zile piston zinazunguka na zinaogelea ndani ya oil, na hiyo ndio inasafisha hiyo engine, piston, sawa, inasafisha hizo piston. Kwa hivyo usitembee na gari yako kama oil imepungua, na hiyo oil ndio lubricant hiyo, sawa sawa. Then baada ya kunini unaregesha, na ujue gari ziko mara mbili, kuna ya petrol na ya diesel. Kwa hivyo ikienda ukitaka petrol, ya petrol ni nyepesi, ya diesel ni nzito. Kwa hivyo usiende ukachukua oil yako imepungua ukachukua oil ya diesel. Kwa hivyo ukifika kwa refueling, ukisema unataka oil, utaambua unataka oil ya aina gani, utaambua ya petrol ama ya diesel. Kama gari yako ya petrol, utapewa ya petrol. Kama ni ya diesel, utapewa ya diesel, sawa sawa. Tukitoka hapo tunakuja hii ni battery fluid. Hii ni radiator. Radiator yetu tunaweka maji ama tunaweka kuna maji na kuna nini, coolant, sawa. Tunaweka maji ama coolant, lakini coolant ni mzuri kushinda maji, sababu maji unaweza kuweka maji kawa iko na chembe ya michanga, na itaenda ikaziba hizo tundu za radiator. Kwa hivyo coolant, hata kama ni radiator iko na rust pale ndani, coolant ndio inatusaidia kusafisha, sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo unahakikisha unaweka coolant ndio mzuri. Then kuna brake fluid. Brake fluid tunaweka hapa. Hii inatumika mara mbili, inatumika kwa clutch na kwa brake. Kwa hivyo hii brake kama imepungua, kuna maximum hapa na minimum. Kwa hivyo kama imefika hapa minimum, una add mpaka ifike hapa, na hii ndio inasaidia kwamba brake zako zinashika na clutch na gear zako zinaingia vizuri, sawa sawa. Tukitoka hapo tunakuja hii inaitwa battery. Hii ndio battery, sababu battery ndio kila kitu. Kungurumisha gari tunatumia battery, kushukisha hizo vio tunatumia battery. nini kupigisha redio tunatumia hiyo betri, na betri yetu ni chloride. Sawa sawa. Hii si ile kuweka maji ama acid. Kwa hivyo betri yako iko na rangi ngapi? Iko green, si ndio? Sasa hii ikisema hii green inatuambia kwamba betri yako iko sawa. Lakini ikiwaka red hapa, angalia terminal zetu hapa, inaweza kuwa pengine terminal ziko loose. Kwa hivyo hakikisha una tighten hizi terminal. Umenielewa? Na ikiwa white betri yetu imekufa. Kwa hivyo hakuna kuchukua ati uje jump start ufanye nini, hiyo huwa imekufa. Tafuta mizi ununue betri nyingine uweke hapa. Hii chamber hii ni ya fuse box hapa. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo nini fuse, kama pengine gari yako imeleta shida, pengine vioo havishuki, mataa nini, utaita fundi wa wiring, atakuja atafungua hapa, atakuangalilia. Sawa sawa. Alafu tukienda service huwa tunabadilishwa, kuna vitu fulani tunabadilishiwa. Kuna air cleaner inakaa hapa. Akikuwekea hizo vitu atakuandikia kilometers, kwamba ikifika next service, ikifika hiyo nini kilometers, unakuja unabadilishiwa tena. Na hiyo ni engine oil, air cleaner, nini oil filter. Oil filter inakaa hapo ndani. Sasa hii huwezi iona, lakini zile gari zingine unaweza iona. Sawa sawa. Kuna swali. Alafu mafuta ni maji ya wiper tunaweka hapa. Maji ya wiper tunaweka hapa. Kwa hivyo ile maji ukifinya inapiga wiper hapa, ni wewe unaweka hapa. Ikiisha utafinya hiyo mini wiper switch, itapiga, itaassume kwamba una nini, lakini haitatoa maji sababu maji imeisha hapa. Kuna swali? Aya, uliza. Coolant unaangalia hapa. Unaona hapa? Coolant tunaangalia hapa kama imepungua ama hii. Unaona hii? Si unaona hapa kaka? Hii, si unaona hii? Ndio coolant hiyo. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo kama imepungua unaongezea hapa.
Inawekwa coolant ama maji?
Unaweka coolant ama maji. Coolant ni mzuri kushinda maji.
Gari zinawekwa maji, siku masaa siji wewe inachemka inaruka.
Kuchemka inaweza, gari unasikia gari inachemka, inaweza kwa hizo kuna blockage hiyo radiator. Hizo tundu za hazipeleki maji sawa sawa, ziko na blockage, ndio inaleta hiyo kuchemsha. Na wakati gari unaweka hiyo gari kama ime overheat, utaona na temperature pale. Sawa, kuna temperature pale, kuna C cool H hot. Kwa hivyo ikienda ile mshale ikienda kwa H ni kwamba iko hot. Na ukiwa hot hata pale ndani utasikia mvuko, unasikia joto pale. Na wakati unakuja unafungua hii radiator, usifungue ukiwa umeweka sura hapa. Shika hii, alafu shika na kitambaa, then fungua. Ikishafunguka zuia hivyo paka ile vapor hii ipungue, ndio utoe. Sawa sawa. Usije utapoteza macho. Kuna swali lingine?
Another question.
Wakati
mimi unaendesha gari yako, unaonyesha mita ya betri ama ya oil. Maybe ulikuwa umepima oil yako vizuri. Na kwa ile safari yako, gari yako maybe imejisema ama imeleta tatizo. Am I supposed to come back to check either the oil or the
oil yako kama imepungua? Unaona pale kwa dashboard kuna tire oil inatuonyesha. Kama hiyo oil yako imewaka hiyo tire oil ready pale, inaonyesha kwa ukikuja hapo ukiangalia oil yako iko chini. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo huwezi enda hiyo, haiwezi knock bila kukuonyesha hiyo taa pale.
Assuming nilikuja asubuhi hapo.
Ndio.
Nikapima oil yangu
iko sawa.
Iko sawa. Then along my journey. Umenionyesha hiyo tire oil.
Unless iwe iko na leakage oil. Kama haina leakage haiwezi kukuonyesha kwamba oil inaleta shida.
Am I supposed to come and check?
Lazima ukuje, lakini sasa mpaka engine ipoe. Huwezi pima engine ikiwa imetembea, hutajua sababu itakuwa imerun mpaka ikae upoe, ndio utapima, utajua hiyo oil yako. Kuna swali? Kamau, kuna swali? Then hapa unafunga vizuri. Sawa, kufungua unaenda hivyo. Unafinya ndani, ufungue hivyo. Hebu fungua. Brayo, fungua. Then funga. Hakikisha unafunga. Sorry. Haijafika, ni tutafute.